What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. This week's episode is going to be is going to have somewhat of a little controversy because I have no idea how, because for one, I have no idea how I'm going to title this video. But the second reason is that we found out that WWE has changed the name of their next Saudi Arabian show from King and Queen of the Ring to Night of Champions. But the question is, why? But before we get into today's video, guys, we are 40 subs away from 200. We are drawing closer and closer to the goal of 200. And as I have said in previous videos, if this channel gets to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neo's box in its entirety on the channel. As you guys can tell, it is taped, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos. However, if the channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare. But if that doesn't give you enough motivation to want to subscribe, maybe this will. Because if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, not 1,000 subs, to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon booster box, all 40 packs are in here. I'll even take out the packs to show you guys. Look at that. 40 packs. 40 packs, you guys. Look at that. All 40 packs are in the box. So if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want some episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want those and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up on this video, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in, the description as well. So if you guys remember back in, back in February of this past year, we found out that WWE was gonna have a Saudi Arabian show called King and Queen of the Ring, but apparently they decided to change it from that to Night of Champions. But the question is, why? Why did WWE do that? Well, according to PW Insider, big shout out, no copyright. I know that this should be a news video, but this was something that I wanted to bring up mainly because of the fact that I was planning to do a prediction video on who could potentially be the new King and Queen of the Ring. So I wanted to so I decided to bring this up, if you will. But as I was saying, according to PW Insider, big shout out, no copyrights as always. They believe that the reason for the change is because of two things. Number one, WWE believes that the Night of Champions name would mean a little more to an international audience than King and Queen of the Ring could ever be. But here's the thing. From 2007 to 2015, Night of Champions, the concept of Night of Champions was for every title on the active roster to be defended at the event. in which the last time we had Night of Champions was back in 2015, where we saw Seth Rollins defend the WWE title against the Icon and the Hall of Famer Sting, in which that match forced the Icon into retirement. And this is going to be very interesting because if you guys don't know, the current undisputed tag team champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they don't travel. Apparently, from what I'm reading here, they don't travel to Saudi Arabia due to either A, religious reasons, or a personal preference. Now whether it's one or the other is beyond me. However, we do know that not this Friday, but next Friday, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to be defending the undisputed tag team titles against the Usos, in which it will be the biggest main event. In which it'll be one of the biggest main events in SmackDown history, which means that if we're getting Night of Champions, this could mean that we might see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn lose the titles to the Usos, in which case the Usos would have to defend the titles inside the Jeddah Superdome at Night of Champions on Saturday, May 27th. We don't really know. We don't know all the details. But as far as the King and Queen of the Ring, the other reason is the draft. Apparently WWE wants to wait until after the draft comes to a close, so that way once we have the Raw roster and the SmackDown rosters excuse me, fully set, then this could potentially mean that then this will give WWE the chance to truly set the stage for both tournaments. And it's an interesting theory, but as far as the tag team titles go, if you guys watched SmackDown this past Friday, then you guys will know that Paul Heyman said to Kevin and Sami that the Usos, they're gonna get another shot, they're getting a rematch for the titles, and he appointed this statement to the Usos saying that Roman Reigns was getting impatient with the Usos, meaning this could potentially mean the end of the bloodline, which honestly, in my opinion, to be fair, in my honest opinion, I think that the bloodline having stayed together for this long has become a little stale. And the reason for that is Roman Reigns has been champion for almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years this upcoming SummerSlam. Actually, not this upcoming SummerSlam, but right around the end of August will be 3 years exactly that he will have been champion. And and up until now, he has been in the ring with arguably some of the best in the business, including guys like Braun Strowman, guys like Jey Uso, guys like Kevin Owens, guys like Edge, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Rey Mysterio, Brock, not Brock, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, who else can I think of? Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Montez Ford, Xavier Woods, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes, even also Matt Riddle as well. People seem to forget that Matt Riddle had a shot at Roman's title, and that was that. That was that. So up until now, again, up until now, he's been in the ring with a lot of good talent, and his run as champion has gotten to a point. It's gotten to a point now where I'm starting to think, and you guys can let me know in the comments your guys' thoughts on this, but I'm under the impression, and this is just a theory, I'm under the impression that Roman Reigns' leukemia may have come back. Because if you really think about it, Roman Reigns left WWE three years ago, literally the week before WrestleMania. He was supposed to have challenged Goldberg for the title, for the Universal title. He didn't do it, so Braun Strowman took over and became champion himself. And not only that, Roman was in a interview, and he said that the reason why he left WWE was because he didn't want his leukemia coming back because of COVID. Not only that, but he also didn't want his family getting COVID as well. So that's why he stayed back. But ever since last year, ever since WrestleMania last year, Roman Reigns hasn't shown up as often as he's contractually obligated to. So if you really think about it, why hasn't he shown up to Raw, to SmackDown as often as he should? My theory, again, is because his leukemia may have come back. Because we all know, even you guys know, because you guys have roamed the streets, and you guys see people from time to time wearing masks. It's because of the fact that they still have, it's either A, they still have COVID, or B, they don't want to get COVID. Because COVID is still around. COVID is still all around us. And if you guys recall, last year in January of 2022, Roman Reigns actually did indeed catch COVID. So that right there may have been the cause of Roman's leukemia coming back. And if this is the case, that's the main reason why his title run has gotten stale is because of that. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Roman Reigns holding on to the title for 1,000 days is impressive. Having him hold on to the WWE title for a whole year and then some is impressive. But his last 4, I truly believe that his last 4, maybe 5 title defenses, which would be Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre. Okay? Those 5 were all bangers. They were all banger matches. Everything else has been, in my opinion, has been mid has been mid-tier title matches at best. That's how I know Roman's run has gotten stale. It's because he doesn't. It's because he's trying so hard to not want that run to become stale. So when you really think about it, going back into this topic right here, Night of Champions. Night of Champions could potentially be the night that we may see Roman Reigns lose the title. But let's also not forget, the draft is also coming up as well. So it doesn't matter which brand he goes to, either way he's going to be giving up a different title. So if he stays on SmackDown, he'll be giving up the WWE title. If he goes to Raw, if he goes back to Raw for the first time in 5-6 years, then he'll be giving up the Universal title, and his reign as Universal Champion will finally come to an end. Either way, one title run will come to an end. So it all comes down to who exactly is going to step up at Night of Champions. And honestly, there is a long list of talent that could be the ones to take the titles off of Roman. But as far as this goes, again, the draft is coming up, so they want to wait until after the draft for the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments to come to pass. And we know also that we could potentially see the Usos regain the Undisputed Tag Team titles, which would set up for Night of Champions. But we don't really know exactly. All we know is that all we know is that as I said, the Usos are getting their rematch for said tag team titles, and Roman Reigns has lost his patience, meaning it could be the end of the bloodline as we know it. And again, it's been stale for the last what? It's been stale for the last 8 months? Yeah. I would say the last 8 months it's gotten completely stale, in my honest opinion. But I will admit, going from now until Night of Champions is going to be very interesting, to say the very least. But I think the biggest issue here is not, especially with Night of Champions, I think the biggest downside for Night of Champions, I think, would probably have to be Roman not defending both titles in 2 separate matches. Because here's the thing, you guys know, you guys have seen it. Roman Reigns claims to be a fighting champion. If that's the case, then why not defend the WWE title in one match and the Universal title in another? It just doesn't make sense. But I want your guys' opinion. Let me know down in the comments below, answering the question of the day, which is this. I have an idea. I have an idea. So here's today's question of the day. Who do you believe is going to be the one to challenge Roman Reigns for the Undisputed title at Night of Champions? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, which get posted every Monday, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.